what skills would you say that millionaires have mastered?
Millionaires mastery. What have they mastered? Number one of all skills all millionaires have mastered is raw, crazy, outrageous desire. It's like, and the other way I can put it, let me put it in different terms, unapologetic desire. If you're living life apologizing for what you want to make possible or what you want to make happen, basically you're double-minded. They've mastered a state in which they are singular about their goal, singular about the purpose. They're not at war with themselves. They're not fighting themselves about what they want to achieve. They know essentially this is what I'm here to do, this is what I'm set to do. And with everything in them, when I sat with millionaire friends, it's focus. It's a desire that this thing is going to happen. There's no way around it. This must happen. And it's that raw desire that others catch fire with. So I'll say number one, it's a raw passion and it's an unapologetic desire. If it's militated against, they quickly overcome it. A lot of people still dither in life, procrastinating in analysis paralysis because they want to do it and the will is there to do it, but the unbelief is stronger. Even if it's a small amount, because of the way human beings are made, our brains have a negative bias. So we'd rather believe negative news than positive. So if you have 100% of you believing that something's possible, but even just a small percentile saying it can't happen, that small percentile can douse everything. It can put it out. You know, they say a drop of mercury poisons a whole river. That's what fear does. Fear tolerated is faith contaminated. Once you have a tiny bit of fear and you just tolerate it, you allow it to live there, guess what? You can act like you're successful, act like you're doing what you're doing and hustling, but really you're scared. You're wetting your pants on the inside. You're afraid to move forward. So they have this raw desire that's more. It doesn't mean they're not afraid. It just means the fear's not in them. It's the difference between a boat on water. The water can be around, that's fear. But if the water's in the boat, now you're shipwrecked. You've got problems. So they got this crazy desire that they've grown. They fed it over a long enough period of time to a point that it's there. I'll say number two, they were not afraid to start. You know, start small. If you have one customer, it's proof that you have 100. If you have 100 customers, it's proof that you have 10,000 customers out there. You have 10,000, it's proof that you have 1 million customers. The evidence, the fact that there's demand for what you do means you need to find your customers. They're out there, they exist. They started, they got involved. And some people are so afraid to start small, especially in our comparison culture, where you see somebody else and it looks like they've blown because Instagram is an amplifier, and it looks like they've blown because you're just seeing the highlights. That's all we see. We see the highlights and we live in other people's highlights. Not knowing those people don't live in their own highlights. And so learning to start small with no one seeing you, no one looking, some people call that the grind. Starting small, doing what you need to do, making what you do excellent, so important. Making what you do is excellent, so important. Number three, I'll say quality. Learn how to sell. Learn how to sell. And let me tell you, selling is communication. Increase your communication skills. If I could put selling, marketing, everything in one, increase your ability to communicate. Communicate your vision, communicate your purpose, communicate what you're doing. Say another thing, actually have something that people want or solves a problem. Every business that exists, you can literally write down what the problem is. You know, what's the problem your business exists to solve? You've got to be able to tell me that if that's and that's what you're going to market. I'll say the next thing, know your fabs. Know your features, advantages, and benefits of your product. Know them totally because it's going to help you sell to the right client, to the right customer. You're not here to sell every aspect of your company. You're here to sell the aspect of your company that your market needs and wants. It's a very, very important thing. Then the next thing I've noticed is the respect for time. Have a deep-seated respect for time. I've sat with some of the top billionaires in the world, and the respect they have for time is so crucial. They don't waste it. They see time as opportunity, time as capital, time as wealth, time as money. A lot of them saying these things sound like cliches, but to every single millionaire, time is money. Their time is worth a lot. That's why they are where they are today. You know, somebody said to me when I was charging them to speak, they said, "My goodness, that's expensive. Do you know how much my time's worth? Do you know how much money I'm going to lose sitting with you, talking to your people? Do you know the worth of the people that you're with?" So time is important. It's very important to being wealthy. And I'll say the final one, and there's probably a lot more, but I'll give you what I got. It's people. Broke people always choose broke people. They hang around with the wrong people. I think it was Denzel Washington that says if you hang around with 4 wise people, you'll be the 5th. I'm just paraphrasing. If you hang around with 4 stupid people, you'll be the 5th. If you hang out with 4 millionaires, you'll be the 5th. Who you hang around with is a picture of your future. And it's so true, yet people nod at it, but they don't realize. They don't realize that your net worth grows up with your network. Who you choose to be in your circle is so important. And so you choose to hang around comfortable people who aren't about that, and the worst group of people are comfortable people. They don't want more for their life. And we acclimatize to whoever we're around. Our dreams don't come alive unless we're in a room of dreamers. Some of us don't even know how big our dreams are till we get in a room of people who dream and think big. We're not irritated enough. I remember somebody telling me, they said, "Hey, Toby, what kind of car do you want?" "I'm not into cars. I'm not really excited. I got a car anyway." They said, "No, you're just not uncomfortable." So go to Rolls Royce and sit inside a car. Go to Range Rover, sit inside a car. Go to Lamborghini, sit inside a car. And when I sat inside these cars, in a G-Wagon, the seat adjusts to you while you're moving. In a Range Rover, it calls the emergency services on your behalf if you have a crash. You got the steering assist that goes on, the seat heating and the massaging that happens as well. A Lamborghini, the speed, for the torque, the 0 to 100 in mere seconds. You realize, no, it's not that we don't want it, we just haven't developed an appetite for more because we're comfortable. And comfort is a great enemy of progress. And a lot of people don't hang out with millionaires because millionaires will make you uncomfortable with your life. They'll make you uncomfortable. They'll make you uncomfortable by a good jealousy, a good envy. And there is one. There's a blessed that means fortunate to be envied. It's like, boy, I wish I could have that life. And there's that tells people, look, there's more. So they say you can take a camel of water, but you can't make it drink. But hey, if you put salt in its mouth, you'll make it thirsty. If you put some salt in your own mouth every now and again, you get thirsty for more in your own life.